But these two here did much worse than the first four, and these two red onions did worse than the other ones. Well, we're out here in the gonna be garden. This is where I'm gonna have all my containers, my earth boxes, got them laid out, got the landscape cloth down like I've showed you before. Haven't decided if I'm gonna bring the red tubs over there. I haven't decided if I'm gonna bring them, you know, maybe put them along that bottom edge or not. They've got onions in them. We'll go look at the onions in just a second and show you what happened to the onions during the big freeze we had. But this is the raised beds, pretty much what I expected to happen. This was 1, 2, 3, 6 heads of lettuce, and they're just gone. There's just nothing there. Need to go ahead and pull them out, as well as pull these weeds out. Come through here with a little hand cultivator. But also the broccoli. Now, I just noticed I've got a couple of heads of broccoli. They don't look good. Now, that one does. That one looks pretty good. But so they were close to heading out. Well, I've got another one here too. So the freeze got them just right before they really, you know, started producing. You know, I might can eat those. I'm gonna take them in, give them to Mama, see what she thinks about them. That ain't bad at all, considering how small they were, how young they were. So I've got a little bit of broccoli apparently that I didn't know I had, but it absolutely slaughtered the broccoli plants. But I've got some new growth here. So, you know, I was gonna pull them up, but with all that new growth, what I may do is come in here and take off all that burnt stuff, that dead burnt growth. That shouldn't take too long. And just see what they'll do. They may come back, because weather for the next 2 weeks is it's gonna be 70 today. This is January the 31st. It's gonna be 70 today, and in the 60s, mid to high 60s for the next week, and then even after that, not bad, in the 50s and 60s for highs. Lows not getting too bad, lows not getting down to freezing at all, that I can tell the next 2 weeks, if they're correct on that. But look at the cabbage, and I need some of y'all that grow a lot of cabbage, because I do not, to tell me, first of all, they went down to about 12 degrees. Didn't get them covered. I just figured at 12 degrees it was going to die, but I'm not sure they did. They're starting to have a little bitty tight head right there. Starting to form that head. I don't know, are they gonna make it? I mean, I've got some burnt leaves. So you tell me, you cabbage growers extraordinaire, do I need to pull these burnt leaves off, like that one there? Do I need to go ahead and pull those off, leave them on, or take them all out? Are they done? Is that the kiss of death, that burnt leaf there, all those leaves, burnt leaves? Is that the kiss of death, or the fact that I've got a bunch of nice green around the center of this? Does that mean everything's a-okay and we're still going to get some cabbage? So first of all, the plant's good. The plant's going to make it. Look like they are to me, but you tell me. Second of all, do I need to take off the old leaves, or will that, are they going to, is the plant going to benefit any from these big burnt, you know, hurt leaves? I'm not saying they're dead. They got some of the dead, some of the ends are dead, curling up, but the leaf itself down in there, maybe not. So should I leave the leaves on there? Should I cut them off? Should I just cut off the burnt places and let it grow? Need a little help from y'all on that, because I am not I'm not a cabbage guy. I'm not a cabbage aficionado, they would say. But they don't look too bad. I got 12 cabbages in this Vajayga bed, and so it's they're looking good. I love the way the beds are functioning. That one doesn't look like it's functioning real well, but it actually is. I mean, it did what it was supposed to do till Mother Nature came along and kicked it in the teeth. But I got to come pull some of that broccoli. That really looks pretty good. That's about 3 inches, 4 inches across. anyway, as promised, let's go look at the onions and I'll show you what's happening there. But before we do, another look at this garden from this end. There's the vajayga beds up there. So this is what it's going to look like. I'll have a row here that's going to be my peppers, I think, that I've got stored in the barn. And then I've got a pretty wide space here, so I may go ahead and put these red tubs of onions in this space here. So let's go look at them. So I got to be honest, I really thought the 12 degrees, the ice would just wipe out the onions. And it did get some of them, but some of them still look pretty doggone good. Some of them are burnt, but still starting to put out a new little green leaf there. So even though it looks burnt here on this particular leaf, it's got some new leaves coming up. So I think the majority of these that are still alive are going to make. I've got some that were burnt, what I would have thought was down to down to nothing, but they've got a little bit of a green shoot right there. You probably can't see it. Little bit of a green shoot coming on. So some of these may come back real well. These are the Vidalia type onions. I'll have to look up the exact name of them and put it on the screen right about now. I did 4 tubs of those, 3, 4, and they all look the same. Some burnt, some dead, probably not all. Again, I've got some green where, you wouldn't think, after that cold snap, you wouldn't think they were going to be green, but just need to come in here and weed some of this. I was hoping they would bush out enough to where they would shade out the weeds, but I'm going to have to come in here and do some of that. Now these are Sapelo, S-A-P-E-L-O onions, these 2 tubs, and they both look about the same. They were hurt a lot worse by the cold than those Vidalia type onions in the first 4 tubs. I'm going to lose, I don't know, I'm going to lose a bunch of them. I planted them thick, and I showed you that in the beginning, planting them thick, knowing that I was going to come in here. As they grew, as they got big enough to eat as green onions, I was going to come in here and pull them. And so anyway, that's the plan on the Sapelo. These are that red onion. And I'll have to put the name up on the screen when I figured out what it is. But these are those red onions. They didn't do well. They did worse than the Sapelo. So as far as champions of the cold weather, the Vidalia type onions in the first 4 tubs have done much better than the, this is a Vidalia type onion, the Sapelo is, but these 2 here did much worse than the first 4. And these 2 red onions did worse than the other ones. I'm getting some green, I'm getting some growth here, so it could very well be that I'm going to save some of these, and they're just looking for some warm weather, which they're getting right now, so who knows. But the plan is, well, we don't know what the plan is, but my thinking is I'm going to move these red tubs. In fact, I may paint them green like that one. I may paint the red tubs green. I hate to, because they've only got a few more years, probably a couple more years, 3 more years for life expectancy, because they may get brittle, and wicking tubs don't last forever. So, but I may go ahead, and since everything up there is dark green or green, I may go ahead and make them all look like that. All these red ones look like that, and move them on this back corner here, this back outside row, which I have plenty of room for. And then when the onions make, I can come in here and put maybe some tomato starts. If I want some fall tomatoes, I'll do some cloning of red snapper, halcinator, things like that, and then put the tomatoes in here, let the earth boxes play out until they finish out. But while they're finishing out, not waiting on them, I will go ahead and make some cuttings, try to make some starts. I'll make a bunch of cuttings and try to make a few starts, just try to see what my success rate is. And then come in here and plant. After the onions are gone, the onions will be harvested completely in early June, late May, early June. And after they're harvested, then I can, they'll be free for, heck, they'll be free for anything. They'll be free for tomatoes or squash or whatever. I think I'm going to put, once the broccoli, cabbage, once I figure out what I'm going to do about that, I think I'm going to put squash, all my squash and zucchini, in the raised beds, the vajayga raised beds. That's the plan in my head right now. We'll be ordering some seed today, and also I'm going to order some plants. I'll sell some little baby plants. They call them plugs, I think. They're not ready yet. I communicated with them yesterday, and they said they weren't ready yet. Going to ship March 1st, I think. And I'm going to get my order in quick because they say sold out on the website right now, but it's the fact that they don't have any yet. And because I asked about that, and she said they're just not ready. They will be shipping March 1st. So I'm going to try to put my order in to get some plants. And if they can do that for me, then I won't plant any seed. Now, if they can't do that for me, if they're already spoken for or whatever, then I'm going to order some seed anyway. I'm going to order some Halcinator, red snapper, and a cherry tomato seed. I told you about that the other day. But, I'd rather go with the plugs. Let them start the seed, let them grow the seed, and it's just, they're about $1 a piece, something like that. I think they sell in groups of 10, or you can buy a bundle of 4 different types of plants, 10 each, for about 40, 41, 42, something like that. So about $1 a piece. That's not bad considering a 6-pack is going to sell for $6 or $8. We're selling for $6 last year for sure. And they're small. They're going to be a small plug and probably not the size of a 2-inch cup in a 6-pack or something like that. But anyway, I think that's what I'm going to do if I can get some, and I need to communicate and make sure she and I are on the same page, so I don't not start any seed and then don't have any plants to show up if they're all spoken for or something. So I need to find out. Still thinking about gardening. I hope you are too. Hope you're getting your seeds ready, or you at least get your seed catalogs out. Again, Hoss Tools is the sponsor of my channel. If you want to go there, I've got an associate link below, and they provided the onion sets, the onion plants here. If you're looking for some good seeds, plants, groceries, I mean some good stuff, and the implements to make it work and make the garden work, Hoss Tools is the way to go. Really, really like them. So I believe that's it. We've talked long enough, and we're gone.